of general attitudes towards Brexit and how it's gone so far, they're definitely not good. And as you say, a lot of these measures are at their worst on record. So we're finding 70% of people saying the government's handling Brexit badly, 63% are saying it's a failure, 57% say it's wrong that we did Brexit, that we left. And we're also now seeing this translate into how people will vote in a referendum on the matter now. So we're now seeing just over half saying they would vote Remain or rejoin, and just a third saying that they'd vote Leave or to stay out.
And is that the first time we've seen more than half now saying that in another vote they'd vote Remain?
Yeah, it is. And it's actually a really significant difference from when we're looking at kind of 2 years ago, early 2021, where people were still really split on the issue. And since then, we've seen it grow and grow, where more people are feeling like Remain is the better option. And really before 2021, 2016 to 2021, it was very stable. So the reason it's significant is now is kind of the first time where we're seeing people move from Leave to Remain. So we've seen people who voted Leave in 2016 go from around 10% saying they'd vote Remain now in 2021 to now 20%, nearer that figure. So it is quite a significant difference. And as you say, the first time we're seeing over half saying they'd vote Remain or to rejoin.
How does this play out politically then? The Conservative base, I mean, clearly the Labour leader of the Conservatives seems to have been growing in the last few weeks. But is the Conservative, is that splitting on party lines? Is it Conservatives still sticking with Leave and these new Remainers, if you like, going Labour?
Generally, we are seeing that Conservatives are more likely to still say they'd leave or stay out, and Labour more likely to Remain or rejoin. But yeah, we are seeing a few more switches, and it's, as I say, we're seeing the Leavers and we're also seeing Conservative. But it is difficult to know whether this is something that Conservatives or Labour should focus on rejoining, because if we look at most important issues, Brexit is still kind of sitting at sixth. There's more important issues on people's minds at the moment, like the economy and health and immigration. But obviously these things all tie in, and Brexit is something people are blaming these issues on. So it is something that perhaps the party should be focusing on, but they need to tie it into the most important issues that are the top of people's minds as well, and how it might fix it if they were going to rejoin or stay out.
Do we know a sense of whether or not people actually want another referendum? I suppose asking the question, were there to be one, or if you had your chance again, would you vote differently? To would you like to go through all of that all over again is a slightly different question.
Yeah, and that is very muddled, and it is something, to be honest, we haven't asked in the when we've seen these top figures, so it would be interesting to rerun it. Previously, we've seen people quite split, and we've seen people saying that they perhaps don't feel Brexit is necessarily done yet, which perhaps leaves room for people forming Brexit to, change people's opinion that it could be positive. But as I say, we haven't asked when we've had these new figures come out last week where people really do want to Remain over Leave, and it could be really interesting to see if that's actually something people do want.